Hello, everyone. I was betting with Nada if I could keep everybody as quiet as she did. So please make me win. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends of RMF, every single day, RMF's programs touch the lives of hundreds, if not thousands, of Lebanese children, women, and men. Let me start with Batul, the girl you've seen in the education video, a bright 13-year-old from Bebet Tebeni, the poorest neighborhood in Tripoli, and one of the poorest neighborhoods around the Mediterranean. Batul was being forced into early marriage at 11. She came voluntarily to RMF's educational center in the neighborhood. And through this center, she learned, first of all, to read and write, and found the strength to dream again. Today, she's building her future through our vocational training. Like her, more than 30,000 Lebanese children have benefited from RMF's education programs since 2010. And today, I'm proud to share that, thanks to the success of our experience, the World Bank has decided to partner with RMF and the Ministry of Social Affairs to expand this model across Lebanon, turning our local success story into a national one. In Sibal and Kerm Sedde, two villages had gone years without water. The municipalities, like many others throughout Lebanon, couldn't afford fuel to pump it. RMF stepped in, installing solar-powered systems that restored water and dignity to each of the village's 400 households. We've done the same in over 60 villages and implemented more than 300 local development projects across Lebanon, hand in hand with the communities themselves. So 300 villages is 30% of Lebanon's total villages. Where's Lisa? You know a little bit about that. We've also helped farmers and small businesses rebuild their livelihoods, linking, for instance, producers directly to high-value markets. Today, Adil, a farmer from the south who once struggled to survive, now exports his produce to European markets. Since 2017, over 10,000 farmers have benefited from our programs, creating thousands of jobs and helping them and their families export their goods, not their youth. Then there's Hélène, whom you just saw in the latest video. When cancer struck, she was left without health coverage, like many others of our fellow Lebanese. Through RMF's health programs, she received the treatment and compassion she needed to heal and to hope again. These stories capture what RMF stands for. Not charity, but capacity building and dignity. Not relief, but sustained renewal. We're fighting poverty and extremism, standing up to rebuild Lebanon's middle class, and giving every Lebanese the right to live and succeed at home. Yes, at home. For while we celebrate the achievements of our diaspora, your achievements, we must also give to those back home the chance to thrive where they are. Because, as you are living proof, when our people are given just the opportunity, the Lebanese spirit does the rest. How do we make this happen? Through two main pillars. First, the RMF model. Since 1991, RMF has offered international partners from USAID, before it stopped, the EU, UN agencies, German GIZ, the Dutch government, the Spanish and Italian corporations, and French AFD, just to name a few, to INGOs and private corporations, and to you, our diaspora. To all of those, we have proudly offered something, unfortunately, too rare in Lebanon: a transparent, professional, and sustainable platform that transcends politics and sectarian divides, working across the country to keep Lebanese rooted in their land. In this context, I'm pleased to announce tonight a $1 million support from Islamic Relief to RMF, allowing us to continue a vital USAID-funded program. Where is Islamic Relief? Somewhere here. So this $1 million support is allowing us to continue a vital USAID-funded program that had been suspended. That's the first pillar. The second pillar goes around the philosophy of our founder, Moawad, who always said, rather than giving people a fish, teach them how to fish. That's why more than 75% of RMF's budget goes to education and capacity building, job creation, and sustainable development projects that outlive our funding. But, and here there's a big but, while we build sustainability for the future, we cannot turn our backs on those fighting for their lives today, those who are vulnerable, sick, and left without access to healthcare. That is why we are here gathering tonight, and for which we are seeking your support, a support that matters today more than ever before. Indeed, thanks to your generosity throughout the years, our health center, mobile clinics, and the Medchronic program launched in 2023 have already brought care and hope to tens of thousands across Lebanon's most deprived areas. Now, with your continued support, we are scaling up our healthcare initiative, building it on three pillars. First, supplying hospitals and health centers with vital medicines and essentials in partnership with INGOs like Project Hope. Rabia, where are you tonight? Please. MAP International, Ben is somewhere here, and Muslim Aid, to strengthen our healthcare infrastructure and cover treatment costs for the sick and vulnerable through an exchange mechanism with partner medical institutions and the Ministry of Health. We started this program this year in August, and since August we have supported 400 hospital cases, and we hope that next year we will at least multiply by 5 this number. Second, expanding Medchronic to provide, that is now providing to 4,000 chronic care patients every month their medication. So we want to expand Medchronic to provide full home care for chronic patients, bringing treatment, comfort, and dignity right to their doorstep. I won't say thank you enough to Gerard and Nada now Mrs. Ambassador, for committing $300,000 over 3 years to seed fund this new endeavor. Thank you, Jera. Thank you, Mrs. Ambassador. The third and last pillar is developing our primary health centers network to reach more people and reduce national healthcare costs in the long run. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, the challenges are humongous, as despite all our efforts, over 1.5 million Lebanese still face alone illness and despair, 1/3 of our population. But together, we can change that. Together, we can bring them back into the heart of our nation. Together, we can keep the Lebanese rooted in their land. Together, we can rebuild the Lebanon we believe in. A Lebanon, a truly sovereign, free, and democratic Lebanon. A Lebanon that has chosen peace, not war. A Lebanon of hope, not despair. A Lebanon that draws strength from its religious diversity, not one that breeds extremism and hatred. A Lebanon of hope, modernity, and prosperity. Long live the United States. Long live a hopeful, prosperous, thriving, free Lebanon. Thank you, everyone.